hashtag vlog. Is that like a G? Does that look like a G to you guys? Okay, so how I was expelled from the bus. This was before I was expelled from high school. So I've always been the type of person that really didn't like authority. Kind of like the song NWA, fuck the police, fuck the police. Okay, so that was me. So the bus driver on my route was just a really huge cunt. Actually, I was expelled not only in high school, but in my off of my junior high bus. And the junior high bus was just like a bunch of different, multiple assaults on the bus driver. Not physical assaults, but I just constantly like found ways to annoy her. Um, I never thought I was being that bad. I like never did anything that bad. It's just like the bus driver just didn't like me. He was just like really rude. Okay, so I was I went to Mexico with my family the weekend before, and we had bought lots of like that's why my drawer, my bedside drawer is full of bombs. Basically, I have like M80s. I still have stink bombs in there. I have a lot of things in there, which I have showed everybody already. So I had bought some smoke bombs, which I don't know what those are, but like you light them and a bunch of smoke comes like flying out of it and it's colorful and stuff. So I decided like I woke up in the morning like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna light a smoke bomb on the bus. So we on the way to school, I always sat in the back of the bus where like all the rowdy kids hung out. So I had my smoke bombs. I had my matches. I actually brought multiple to school because I'm like, I'm gonna light smoke bombs like all day long. I was like so stoked. Like, I'm gonna light a smoke bomb on the bus. I'm gonna light a smoke bomb in the class. I'm gonna light a smoke bomb at lunch break. It's gonna be smoke everywhere. I'm gonna be like, who's the smoke bomb terrorist? I'm like, it's me. And nobody would expect me because this was still freshman year before I'd ever gotten like in a lot of trouble. So I was like, girl with like long blonde hair, like nobody suspects me. Like I was always wearing like head to toe Abercrombie and Fitch. Like, anyway, um, so on the bus ride, that's when I decided like right as we're getting like close to the school, that's when I do it. So I'm sitting like, the 75% to the back. So I light my smoke bomb. I throw it in the back of the bus, and everybody knew it because I had told everybody, like, on the way to school, like, hey guys, like, guess what I got? Look, I got a smoke bomb. I'm gonna light it on the bus. It's gonna be so cool, because you're in high school. Like, what else is there, like, really cool and to be excited about, right? So, so I had my light, or I had matches or lighter, I don't remember. So I lit it. I threw it in the back of the bus. There's smoke, and immediately I'm just like looking at the mirror because there was this big mirror in the front of the bus. So the bus driver could look at the back of the bus, but you could also see her face. And because I hated this bitch, I remember just like sitting there, like with my hands on the seat in front of me, like watching her face, like, yeah, bitch, get mad, get mad. I want to see you rage. So, why am I highlighting red? If you say like Leah Titters or Legendary Leah get arrested for that. Well, you know what? I didn't know that. I wasn't arrested. I was just simply kicked off the bus permanently. So, I light it. I throw it in the back. Everybody around me is like, "Oh my God, she did it! She lit the smoke bomb!" Oh, like everybody's freaking out, and I'm just like cracking up because I'm watching the look on the bus driver's face, and she's just one of those people. When it came to me, she just wanted to get pissed at me for like any little thing that I did, like any little thing. So I'm just watching her face. I see it. I feel like, oh yeah, I'm doing things right. And I lit it, and so we get to school, and they immediately get this because at our high school we had police officers. And I didn't go to a bad school. It wasn't ghetto, but for some reason we always had one police officer there, to like regulate everything. So we get to school and the police officer comes in, the narcs. Our school had this thing called narcs, which were people who just wandered the campus and made sure you didn't ditch. But the funny thing is by junior year, because I'd always ditch school all the time and smoke weed with my friends, especially at lunchtime, we'd always go to like Jack in the Box or In and Out or something like that. I had made friend with all the narcs. So even though I was ditching, like, see guys, I was a good student, I had good grades, all the teachers liked me. So I made friends with the narcs, and I would say, hey, like, because otherwise you get like you get in trouble for they would catch you coming back on campus. But I always knew where the two narcs were who liked me. One was a guy and one was a girl, and all I had to do was bring him back food from wherever I went. I was just told him like, yeah, I'm just gonna go get some food for lunch, and I'll bring you some. So you be here when I'm coming back after lunch break, and I'll bring you food. And of course, I was always like super stoned, but so I had like negotiated with the narcs on how I could get back on campus without getting caught. Um, I just added another ring. I, no, this ring. Actually, I don't like this ring. It's too big. It's stuck! I just got this ring stuck on me. Oh my god, mid-story. I'm not lying. I'm pulling. What? The other two rings just. Okay, hold on. I need to get wet. Come off! Oh my god, this ring is stuck on me. It's stuck on the knuckle. Okay, got it. Licking it worked. Okay, so back to my story. So the narcs show up, and the police officers in the bus, and they say, no one can leave this bus until we find out who lit the smoke bomb. And I'm fucking petrified because my hands from holding the smoke bomb are like purple or red. I forgot if it was a purple or red smoke bomb. For the purpose of the story, we'll just say red. So it was like my hands were red. Like if I held up my hands, because I think I was like super nervous about lighting the smoke bomb, so my hands were sweaty, and then the smoke bomb was in my hand, so like it wiped off and was like stuck on me. So my hands were red. So, but the thing is like I don't look like someone that's up to no good, you know? I don't mean to so no one's really profiling me. But in the back of the bus, there were like some really bad looking kids. Like there's this one kid, so the cops come on, they go to the back of the bus, and they are harassing all the boys. And I'm just watching them, and I'm thinking, oh my god, these cops, the cops and the narcs, the excuse me, the vice principal's now on the bus, and they are all harassing the guys in the back of the bus. Who these are the type of guys that like they're called bros. Where I live, they ride like the desert motorcycles, and like they used to ride like that brand called Skin. I don't know. So they they were like harassing. They're all like in their faces, like we're gonna find out who did this. And you know what? Blah. They're like, and I'm like sitting here like, oh my god, I'm the one that did it, and now all the bros are getting in trouble. Like I felt so bad. And so eventually they were just saying to these guys like, you know what? We know you did it. I was like watching the guys' faces, like, oh my god. So then I was like, I'm gonna feel so bad if all these people get in trouble and they didn't even do it and they're just attacking. So I stood up and I said, I did it. And like the vice principal and the cops look at me like, you're fucking lying. You're trying to cover these guys' asses. They look at me and look back at them, and they're like, did you really do it? They're like, we don't believe you. Like, you don't need to protect these guys. Like, they don't deserve your protection. Like, that's what like the the vice principal ever said to me. And I was like, no, I really did it, and my hands were all red from the smoke bombs. And they like looked at me like, what the fuck is you? What the fuck are you doing? Because I couldn't. I felt so bad because they were like harassed. Usually the guys that always got in trouble, but this time it wasn't really them. It was me. Even though like everybody said, yeah, Leah, light the smoke bomb. So then I got taken off the bus and sent to the principal's office, and they still didn't believe. I'm like, look at my hands, they're red, and I swear I did it. And then that's the day that I was expelled from the bus. And my parents were actually more pissed about me being expelled from the bus than high school because now it meant my parents always had to drive me to school until I got my license. This girl had it. I mean, I could have let the other guys take the fall, but I felt so bad. Like, I did not offer sexual favors, you whore. Um, yeah, so then my parents had to come. I was suspended from school for that day and the next day, which that wasn't my first time being suspended from school because I was suspended a lot in junior high because I always backtalk to my professors or not in in junior high not called professors. I was a very good college student. Right. Hi. Kisses. Okay. So yeah, so I always thought being suspended from school, like if you were like me and you were someone who's always bored in school anyways because it was so easy. So I was suspended for the rest of the day and the next day, and I got permanently expelled from the high school bus. Because that was also like my third strike because I was always like causing problems on the bus. I was constantly trolling the bus school driver, and that was my third strike, and I was kicked off the bus permanently. I think it was my sophomore or freshman year of high school. I don't know. So that's the story. I was caught red-handed, as they say. So there we go. I told the story. That was today's story time. I could always think of stories, dude. I was a bad kid. I've done breaking and entering in elementary school. I've done lots of different marijuana and drug. I was like such a bad kid. I was like such a bad kid, but I have a ton of funny stories. But yeah, that's how I got expelled from the bus. But I was also expelled in junior high as well. But yeah, I'll save that for another time. Leah,